Hey everybody, Playtendoguy here, and I'm back with another video. Recently, I've been tagged by the brilliant Leon Tort's film to do a video about the top 10 films I haven't seen. And as you well know, I haven't seen a lot of popular films, so this has been quite an interesting but also quite hard list to make. So without further ado, let's get into it. So yeah, films I haven't seen. Quite a few actually. As we all know in live streams, there's always been questions, have you seen this? Have you seen that? And normally the answer is no, but quite recently I have been going through quite a few classic films, getting them watched and actually really enjoying them. But I have come up with 10 titles and 4 of them, yes 4 of them I have in the collection. So first up, I'm going to talk about the 4 I have in my collection, and then the other 6 I haven't, but will get in the future. And first up is Goodfellas. Yes, I'm really into like good old gangster films, whether they're American or British gangster films. And this is like one of the most popular films of all time. And it's a Martin Scorsese film. It also stars Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci in it. I don't honestly really know much about it. I remember when I was a kid and I always thought this was a film about making pizzas. Yeah, it certainly isn't, but I've got it in the collection, had it for a couple of months now, and I'm really looking forward to watching it. Definitely high up on my watch list, so hopefully within the next month or two this will be watched. Next up in number 2 we have a film that I recently got in the collection, and that is Scream. Yeah, never seen the original Scream. I was originally going to put Nightmare on Elm Street, but I thought, you know what, let's put Scream on. I watched the trailer for Scream 5 recently and thought it looked really good, so I had to pick up this newly remastered version. It's got a great cast in it. I do know the ending, which kind of does tarnish it a little bit, but nevertheless, I am really looking forward to watching this. I think it's going to be a great time, so yeah, that's Scream. Number 3 on my list is Dr. Zhivago. Yeah, this one stars Omar Sharif, and I think this is either in the 50s or the 60s. But I did pick it up the other month in this lovely edition. It's a 2-disc set with hordes of special features. I think this only cost me like a couple of quid. It's basically like a Russian war film, but with a love story mixed around it. It's supposed to be really good, timeless classic, super long film at over 3 hours. It's 192 minutes. So it's quite a long one, but I'm really looking forward to watching this one, probably on a nice Sunday afternoon. Next up, we have Stanley Kubrick's A Clockwork Orange. Yeah, this is an infamous film for various reasons. I know quite a lot what happens in it, but I'm looking forward to watching it nevertheless. It looks like a very interesting and quite uncomfortable watch. The film was banned in this country till the 90s when Stanley Kubrick passed away. This is just the DVD version, but it does have pretty cool artwork on it. We also do get some special features on this one. Basically, it's about a group of basically thugs going around causing really loads of trouble, and one of them gets arrested, and he gets to do this like a new trial to see if it can turn him into a normal everyday citizen. I'm looking forward to watching it. I think it's going to be a very interesting watch. Hopefully I'll enjoy it, because I know opinions can be a bit mixed. So yeah, another one that's quite high on the watch list. Hopefully we'll get round to it soon. Now for the films I don't have in my collection, and first up is a film that is my friend James Millership's favourite film of all time, and that is The Never-Ending Story. I've never ever seen the film at all. It never was a film that I wanted to watch or ever got round to watching when I was a child. And hearing James' love for the film and how much he really enjoys it really makes me want to watch it. I do know the classic song, and I do know some of the things what goes on in the film. I'm probably one of the only kids that never watched it as a child, so I'm definitely looking forward to watching that one in the future. Next up is Pulp Fiction. I haven't seen a lot of Quentin Tarantino films. I've actually only ever seen one of the Kill Bill films. So I could have put any film of his on the list, but I decided to go for his most iconic piece of work, and that's Pulp Fiction, starring John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, Uma Thurman, and a whole host of other cast members. I know it's a very good film. I honestly don't know really much about it. I think it's an anthology film, if I remember correctly, so I'm really looking forward to watching this. I could have picked the whole of Quentin Tarantino's back catalogue, but Pulp Fiction is a title that I really want to get in the collection. Next up is Schindler's List. Now, this is a film that really tackles a difficult subject that honestly won't be a very enjoyable watch. It'll be a thought-provoking one, but not one that I'm in a rush to watch. It's a film that you've got to be in the right frame of mind to watch, as it's based on a very tough and depressing subject. I have seen films similar of its ilk before, like The Boy in His Striped Pyjamas, which was a very heartbreaking and difficult watch, and this is going to be very much along the similar lines of that. I have no question that it's a quality film, it's just a film that I've never got round to watching, and it's never felt like the right time to watch. Continuing on, we have Apocalypse Now, Francis Ford Coppola's war film I've never seen. Don't really know a lot about it. All I know is that iconic quote, "I like the smell of napalm in the morning." I've heard a lot of people talk about the film, but never ever got round to seeing it. I've never really been a big fan of war films. I have seen quite a few, but again, I've got to be in the right frame of mind to watch a war film. But again, this one and Full Metal Jacket, which I was originally going to pick for the Stanley Kubrick pick, are two war films that I desperately want to watch. Next up is The Lost Boys. I've seen loads of vampire films, but one of the only big popular vampire films I haven't seen is The Lost Boys. When I tell people I haven't seen The Lost Boys, they're like, "You haven't seen it?" Nope, haven't seen it before. And I really do want to get round to it. I know there's quite a few editions going about that you can get, so hopefully I'll soon pick it up and get round to watching it. I think it stars Kiefer Sutherland, and it's like a comedic sort of take on vampire lore. The film seems to be very highly regarded, it's supposed to have a great soundtrack, and it is supposed to be quite dark in places, so I'm really looking forward to buying that one and getting round to watching it. And the final pick is Psycho. Yeah, I haven't seen Psycho. It's a film that I know about. I do more or less know what happens in it. I've seen that iconic moment and I do know the plot, but I've never actually sat down and fully watched the film from beginning to end. Alfred Hitchcock's film about Norman Bates is easily one of the most highly regarded films of all time and one of the most highly regarded horror films of all time. I have seen other Hitchcock films like The Birds, but I've never really got around to Psycho. I do know everything what happens in it, but it's just like I've never seen it all the way through, so I'm really looking forward to watching that one in the future. So there you have it. That's my list of 10 popular films I haven't seen. And actually it was quite hard to make a list. I could easily go up to 20 or 30 because there's so many iconic films I haven't seen, but I thought this was a good list with a good mix of genres. So yeah, tell me what you think of my list in the comment section down below. And before I finish, I'd just like to shout out a few people who it would be great to see them do a list. They don't have to do it if they don't want to do it, which is totally fine, but it'd be great to see their list. First up is my good friend Andy at Forgotten World of Movies. He's got a huge library of films and seen so many titles, so it'll be interesting to see what films make his list. Next up, we have Ryan from Let's Get Kickin' Movies. Hope to see your list as well, mate. It'll be interesting to see what top films you haven't seen. Whitnor and I. Evander from Slayer Reviews. Hope you're doing well, mate. It'd be great to see your list. I know you've seen a lot of great horror films, but what other classic films have you not seen? And next up, I'd like to shout out is Sean from Media Collector Madness. He's a recent channel that's only just launched. We've had him on the stream a few weeks ago. Totally awesome guy, and it'll be great to see your list, mate. And finally, I'd like to shout out Soph from Sophie's Retro Revival Movies. She's got her own Instagram account. She used to do YouTube, but she's moved to Instagram accounts now. And she does like little posts and reviews of films, and that'd be great to see what top 10 films you haven't seen, Soph. So anyway, thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to make your own video on what top 10 films you haven't seen, go ahead by all means. I mean, if you don't want to do it, guys, it's totally up to you, but it'd be great to see it nevertheless. So anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you could like and subscribe, that would be totally awesome. And as always, till next time, bye.